Good morning, everybody. Today I'm playing round number 6 of the European Team Chess Championship here in Montenegro. And my team, Sweden, is actually facing the team of Montenegro today. So it's gonna be a tough match, especially for me, as my opponent is doing an amazing tournament. She's rated 2150 and she has 3.5 out of 4 points. So I'm definitely a little bit, not scared, but you know. And I also got the black pieces, so I definitely need to prepare. I'm gonna go and get an iced coffee here because the coffees here are amazing, and then I'm gonna go up to my room and prepare and focus. Let's do it. Look who I found in the cafe.
Hey guys.
This is Julia. She's our board number. I'm gonna sit here. This is our board number 4. She's not playing today. She's having a rest day. Julia, have you been enjoying the tournament?
Yes, it's a very nice tournament. Really nice playing hall, and hotel's great, and yeah, it's very fun playing. Such a good tournament.
It's your first. It's your first like team tournament with Sweden, right?
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah.
Do you think we're gonna win today? We're playing Montenegro.
Of course.
Okay. Do you think I will win today?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yes. And it's really great.
Thanks, Julia.
Thanks.
I'm done with prep now, and I'm really excited because I think that she's gonna play what I've prepared. So hopefully she does. And we'll see. The game is starting in 30 minutes. I'm gonna go to the playing hall now. Wish me luck. What a game, guys. I am back in the hotel after a very long game, and I'm very excited to show it to you. I'm shaking. I'm so tired, and I'm kind of like shaking after the game. But like I said, I'm really excited to show the game to you. So, I was facing Alina Skvortsova, rated 2115, who was doing a fantastic tournament. She was on 3.5 out of 4 points, and my mom said before the game that this was probably the scariest opponent of the whole team, almost, just because she had done such a good tournament. So I had prepared, and I was really hoping that she would fall into my preparation, but she went e4, I went c5, she looked at me, and she went d4, and I was like, we go again. Here we go. Another opponent completely surprising me, playing something that they have never played before in their whole lives. Here we are. We're back, Anna. And I said, okay, you know what, Anna? Your preparation is not going to do anything this game, but you'll just have to think. So I haven't really played against this in a very long time, and I was definitely really nervous when she played this, but I took the pawn. I thought she was going to go for the Smith-Morra gambit, but no, she captured back, and I developed my knight. And I thought, okay, this could be scary. I know that I've had some bad results against this, so I just thought that I have to play a solid game. Solid was the word screaming in my head. Solid, Anna. So she went back, I pushed my pawn, and I just wanted to develop here. I ended up going for this setup, where I'm basically just stopping her knights from going anywhere, and I'm planning on maybe going d5 myself at some point. But she went bishop f4. And this move, it's a bait move, you know? What this move is trying to do is that it's saying, hey, I am threatening this pawn, and, you know, if you let me, I'll come in with some more pieces. I'm threatening this pawn, and if you push, which I did, well, then this pawn is not going to be defending the square anymore, which will give this knight a square to jump to. So this is sort of a bait move. It's very common in this Sicilian to do this. But I went for it anyways. The idea was for me to bring up my bishop, and the idea now is that if she gets her knight in, I'll just simply take it. And this position may seem like the most standard position ever, but I was actually, I was a little bit scared. I was like calculating what happens if she goes knight over here. And I was calculating queen a5 check, and I thought if c3, then I thought, I think that I have a6, and I thought that if she takes, queen takes, I have knight takes e4, and I thought that this was better for me. But this was really, complicated. But I spent some time thinking because of this, because I was calculating knight here. But she ended up going long castles, and now her threat is to bring up the knight and really threaten this pawn. So I went a6 to stop the knight from coming in. And now she did a move that I was really happy that she did, which was that she placed her knight in the center, knight d5. And this is a move that I wasn't really that scared of, because she gives me the opportunity of taking the knight. And now when she captures back, we can see that the center is more closed and this pawn is not targeted anymore. So I actually quite like this for me, because the idea now it's going to simply be for me to somehow get my pawn up to f5 and then just to gain control of the whole center. So I was actually feeling really happy here. But now my knight is hanging. And I was trying here to create some hopes and dreams with going knight up over here and threatening the queen and, but I realized that there were no hopes and dreams there. So I went knight b8 instead, rerouting my knight to a better square. I thought that this would be a good square because it would be able to go to a lot of places. And she now just straight up went h4, simply saying that she's going to start attacking me. Now, I can't do this move yet because then she's going to take my knight and then take the pawn. So I started by going knight d7, defending the knight. She went king b1 because the king is just not really well placed here, as there's sometimes in some lines there's some checks. And she also wants to defend this pawn. And now I thought I could maybe do this, but she has then queen e2 pinning the pawn. And I just didn't want to push that pawn. This just didn't feel like something I wanted to do if I don't have to, because I'm giving up the square for the knight. So instead I went bishop e7, developing and now threatening the push. And now she doesn't really, I was sure she was going to take, and she did. And at first I was thinking that maybe I will take with the bishop, and I was looking at these crazy lines like bishop takes, g4, this is her main idea. And I was looking at these crazy lines of trying to somehow sacrifice a pawn. I was looking at all of this, but I just realized that, Anna, this is recipe for disaster. Don't sacrifice pawns, don't go for crazy things, just capture back with the knight and call it a day, Yeah, and now I'm stopping her from going g4, which is her main idea. So instead she went knight g5. And she wants to bring up this knight over here, and she also wants to create a little bit of trouble. If I castle, I thought that if I castled that my king could become pretty unsafe after g4. I thought that was really scary. I can't take it because of the checkmate. So I didn't really want to castle. So I ended up, after thinking for a long time, I ended up kicking away her knight. I thought for like 20 minutes. She went knight e4. My idea here was to go queen b6 and target this pawn, because I thought that she has to go c3, and then I'm going to be able to bring up a knight to this square. So this is basically my whole idea. She cannot go g3 because I have f5. So this is my whole idea. And she spent a lot of time thinking here. And I thought that she was going to go g4 and that she was going to let my knight come in and that it was going to become that kind of game. But she thought for 10 minutes and offered a trade of queens. And I accepted it. Because I thought if I bring my queen back, then my queen is just going to be badly placed there. Like, there's no point in that. So I thought that, you know what? I want to get a draw. Everything that I want right now is a draw. Why should I try to do moves that are not really that great for like keeping the pressure? Like, there's no point. I want to draw. I'm going to try to draw. So I took the queen and I thought here it must be at least equal. And then I brought up my pawn and threatened the knight. And the knight now needs to move. Now, if you're watching this video right now, like, do you have any idea of how the game went? Everybody always tells me every day in the comments that I don't have a poker face. You guys tell me that I'm terrible at hiding the result. I'm terrible at, oh, my cough. I'm terrible at hiding the result. You guys are literally just roasting my poker face. So I am wondering right now, like, what do you guys think the result of this game was? Tell me in the comments down below if you have an idea. I'm going to be reading it after. I'm very curious to see what you think if you're watching this. Okay, so the knight went back, and now I went knight g3. And I realized that after these trades, I cannot be worse. And here I spent like 10 minutes in a position that doesn't really seem like there's so much to it. But I thought that this was actually a crucial position for the endgame. Because here, depending on what I do, I thought that a lot of things could happen. So I knew that I wanted to go g5, but my rooks needed to be connected for this. And I thought that if I'm not careful, she might be able to go g4 and take control of this f file. And she really wants to go g4, I thought, because she wants to get rid of this pawn to be able to get a knight up over here. So I thought that her plan was to go g4, but here I should go h5 to prevent g4. Instead, I went king d7 after thinking for a long time, and I think that this is a slight mistake. Because I'm allowing her to go h5, which was a move that when she did it, I was like, oh, she can do this. Why did I not see this? And I thought that this was like the kind of move that I should like stop. But I didn't. And so here I was getting low on time. I went b5 because I wanted to stop her from getting the knight in. And I thought this was a good move to have. She went rook g3, I defended, and now she tried to kind of tie me down, but I thought that she's not really tying me down here. I went rook f8, and I started feeling like I was scared of her maybe going at some point like f6 or f4 or something, but like she can't go g4 anymore because then I just capture it. So she went rook g1, and now I thought after rook f6, what does she do? If she brings up her rook, bam, I go g5. If she takes en passant, we're going to trade rooks, and this pawn is going to become a backwards pawn. I'm going to be better. If she takes here, I'm going to capture back with the pawn. This pawn is going to once again be a backwards pawn, and I'm going to be better because I'm going to be targeting that pawn. So I just thought, wait a second, Anna, I might be starting to get slightly better in this endgame. So she ended up going g4, and this was the first like big mistake that she did. Because now after the trades, I have rook f8, which is a really important move. And she cannot push because I'll take. And I'm right now simply threatening to take. Because if she takes back with the pawn, it's going to be a disaster for her. These pawns are going to be super weak and I'm going to be able to take them. And if she takes back with the rook, well, then this pawn is hanging. So she pretty much has to take and then defend. But now, I have two ways where I can get a better position. One is by doing the really good move, which is rook h5, and then just trying to go rook h1 and start pushing my h-pawn and just running with it. And two is doing the move that I did. So I got really excited about this because I was low on time. I only had like a minute, so this was like a blitz game. But I pushed h5. And I got really excited about this because I saw that after she moves up her knight, my pawn is going to go to places. I'll place the rook behind the pawn. And now, this pawn, how does she save it? I thought she has to go rook h2 and to try to defend. But then my pawn starts pushing. And I thought, wait, I might be winning a pawn. And, you know, I was correct. I threatened the pawn. She went king c2. Here I didn't want her king to come in. So I decided to push. And now she started panicking because she only had seconds on the clock, just like me. So she went rook h1. I thought she might want to go rook here, but then, I mean, this pawn is just going to be winning. So she went back. I decided to keep the rook on this file to gain control. She started bringing up her king. I started kind of doing random things with my rook because I was really low on time and I just wanted to, I just wanted to get my move 40 in. And then this was my move 40. But truth was that I was really scared of me at some point like written down the wrong amount of moves. Because my mom once told me the story about her like doing, having written 40 moves, but her only actually having done 39 moves. And then that made her lose the game because she lost on time at move 40 because she thought she'd done 40 moves, but it was 39. And she ended up getting eliminated from the World Chess Championship because of that in a winning position. And I was like, no, Anna, that is not happening. You are not making that mistake. So I like really quickly went a5 because I really wanted to get my move number 41 in, and now I knew that there was a lot of time. So here, I saw this move and I got really excited about it because this position isn't really, like, it's winning for me, I'm a pawn up, or it should be winning, that's a better way of saying it. It should be winning for me because I'm a pawn up, but winning it and converting it, there's still like a long way to go. So I found this move with the idea of going check. And I knew that my plan was also to try to get my bishop on this long diagonal. I was just scared of our king coming in. So I really wanted to do this move so that if the king comes in, these pawns become weak. So she went rook c2, I went bishop d8, and now she did the only thing that she thought she could do. She went c5. Boom, this is her one chance of a counterattack. So I cannot take on c5 because then this pawn is going to fall and it's going to be a disaster. So I have to go rook d4 check. And now I had two options. Option number one is to take this pawn. Option number two is to take this. Now, I, in my heart, thought that taking this pawn was better because after this, this, and this, I realized that the king is cut off, the knight cannot come in, but for some reason, there was a part of me that got a little bit scared of this position, because I just thought that, I don't know, honestly, I don't know what I was scared of, because this pawn is falling, this pawn is really weak. I don't really know what I was scared of, but I was slightly like worried about this not being winning for me for some reason. So I ended up not going for this. I thought that this pawn looked a little bit meaner, and this pawn, like together with this one, were able to like create a lot of chaos in the position. So I thought that I'd rather take this pawn, but actually this is a mistake, because here she can take this, and after king takes back, I had seen this, but I don't know. I was scared of her doing this. She has this move knight h6, trying to go for this. And this knight, even though I'm 2 pawns up, this knight actually can be a little bit tricky. So yeah, this is her best chance, but she didn't do this. Instead, she pushed up her pawn with check, and I knew that this was bad, because I would go king c7, keep the king in front of the pawn, really important. And now I thought that the only thing she can do is to go king e6. But now after I offer a trade of rooks, I mean, if she doesn't trade the rooks, I'll win this pawn and I'll be 2 pawns up, which I thought had to be enough. So she ended up trading rooks. And now I did my favorite move of the whole game. Like, I'm really happy with this move, and it's also the best move, and I'm really happy about it. I went c4, explosive. And what is the idea of c4? Well, the idea is that if she doesn't do anything, this pawn promotes. Okay, she needs to deal with it. So what can she do to deal with it? Well, she can take with the pawn. But then this pawn promotes. And if this pawn doesn't promote, this pawn promotes, because the only thing that can stop this pawn is this knight. But this knight cannot be in 2 places at once. Okay, this knight is going to be busy. So if this knight is busy stopping this pawn, I'll be pushing the other one. And I thought that that was really nice. So she has to take with the king. But now the idea is that I'm able to trade this pawn for this one, and I actually want to get rid of this pawn, because as soon as I get rid of this pawn, this diagonal opens up for the bishop, which allows me to push my pawn into winning, because my bishop will be controlling this square. So that is basically the idea. So I went king d6, and in this position during my live stream, my chat was screaming, "Oh no, Anna is losing her bishop. This is a fork," but obviously this was not losing my bishop, as I will just always defend it. And I can almost even sacrifice this bishop to promote, but that's a different story. But here she went knight g4, and I just started going up with my king. And she tried to stop my king, but here, really important, I went bishop b6 check, not allowing the king to get in here. And after the king went up, I went king f4, and she resigned. And I won the game. And I couldn't believe it. I had won the game against this 2100 that was having a fantastic performance with the black pieces. I was so happy. Like, I was, yeah, and I am so happy right now. And yeah, I just couldn't believe it. My mom, she won as well, so it was a fantastic day for the Cramlings, and my team won 3.5 versus a half. So it was a big win today, and I'm really happy about that. So the team is actually doing really well now. We're facing probably a much stronger team tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be like a really big match, but I'm really happy because I'm right now performing like a 22-30, and I'm getting like 15 points of rating, if not more. So I'm right now like 2100 plus in my live rating. So tournament is going fantastic. I'm so happy that I won today, and I'm so excited for tomorrow's game too. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the game. If you have made this far, then maybe type, what should you type? I don't know. What should you type? Type strawberry if you're watching this. I like strawberries. I really want to eat fruit because there's actually like no good fruit in this hotel. There's only grapes, but they have like the seeds inside, and they kind of, I don't like grapes with seeds. And then there's bananas, but bananas barely count as a fruit. So anyways, type strawberry if you've made it this far. Okay, bye! Dad, are you happy?
Very happy. Again.
Again. Did you like the game?
I like very much the game, but also I like how you play the ending. It's very nice.
Yay! I'm so happy. 3.5 versus a half?
Sorry?
3.5 versus a half?
Yeah, 3.5 and a half.
It was a great result.
Yeah, fantastic result, yes.
And tomorrow we'll play someone stronger, probably.
Very strong team, probably, yes.
Very strong team.
Yes, probably, yes.
Okay. You think we'll win?
I think all the time we will win, but maybe I'm wrong, but I am very optimistic all the time. I'm a positive person.
Okay, that's great.